Disneyland's Tom Sawyer's Island is going away. What would we replace it with? Find out next on this episode of Dark Ride Dads. Hello, and welcome to this episode of Dark Ride Dads. We're happy to be here tonight. We've got a fun topic that we want to cover. I'm with my two favorite hosts, Zach and Jason. So tonight, I'm not even going to acknowledge that.
Jeez.
Tonight, we want to talk about what if Disney actually replaced Tom Sawyer's Island at Disneyland.
I mean, they're getting rid of it in
could happen.
Florida, right?
Yeah.
So
We're preparing you.
It can't be off the table.
it could be in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to spend tonight, we want to talk a little bit about what we feel like would be an appropriate replacement, what we would like to see go into that space, and really start breaking that down.
That's a good chunk of land.
It's a huge chunk of land. So the first thing that I was thinking about is we kind of prep ourselves for this episode, and we haven't shared what we would replace it with. This will be a surprise.
We haven't talked about this at all.
Can't help yourself, can you? So my immediate first thought when we started to think about having this be a topic is, what makes Tom Sawyer Island so iconic to me is it just oozes Walt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You think about the boat.
He loved it.
Yeah.
Right?
For real. You think about Tom Sawyer's Island, you think about the Mark Twain, like those were Walt's vision. That was one of the things that's still in the park that when you're out there, when you're experiencing it,
It feels very Frontierland, right?
Yeah.
Like it feels really a part of that area.
It's one of the places in the park that feels untouched almost, right?
Yeah.
Like I know they've updated and they've done some things to it, but it's like you get over there and you're like, oh, like if you've never been over there before, it's like a brand new thing. It's not something that you walk by every day like the castle or whatever, but like it's cool. Like I don't know. It definitely has its charm.
So let's start this episode off, I guess, with me asking a question of both of you. Do you feel like it's time to replace Tom Sawyer's Island?
I don't.
But you're old.
Jeez. I almost said something we would have had to edit. Age has nothing to do with it.
You didn't slap me though, so that's a good start.
I don't think it is because, like I just said, I still think that it has its charm. I still think that there's something to it. When you get over there, you spend the time to get over there. It's not convenient, right?
No, it's not.
But like that's part of what I think is charming about it. You're going on a little voyage to get over there and when you go over there to experience it, it's different from the park, and that it's just like this. It transports you, right? Like that's what Disneyland does so well is they transport you into a different.
It almost feels like you're not in the park anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's really rad. You were gonna say something. Go for it.
Well, so I feel like I agree. Like it is charming, and that part of me would hate to see it go because I don't like
change.
I want to keep some of the park the way it is, right? Yeah. But I think from an entertainment value perspective, it's probably time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, would I be mad if it stayed? No. But I also would kind of be excited if something replaced it that had a higher entertainment value.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I was going. I don't think that it. I'd be okay either way, but I don't think it's time, right? Like I don't think it's like, oh, this sucks. Like this is like, But yeah.
So in a landscape in amusement parks where I think it's getting more and more competitive, Universal's obviously making a push. They are going to start pulling those dollars in a pretty serious way. Like if I'm in the Disney Corporation and I work for the amusement park Disneyland division, like I look at all that real estate.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Right? And nobody, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, nobody is planning a trip to Disneyland to go explore Tom Sawyer's Island.
That's a very good point.
Maybe.
I really don't think there's a lot of them.
I really hope we get a comment of somebody that's like, I went my first time. I went there just to go to Tom.
Maybe now people will go there just for this.
In 1965? Maybe. But like now today, like I'll bet half the people in the park don't even know how to get out there.
But in 1965, think about how many Disney shows had not been made. Like Tom Sawyer had like a very real place in people's imagination that a lot of kids growing up now might not even know who Tom Sawyer is.
Yeah, it's not required reading anymore.
And it's like the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, right? Yeah. Like when that first went in, where people like, sweet,
people
a treehouse.
That was.
Yeah, but I don't know. I will say this: if you've never been to Tom Sawyer, go check it out. Like it's worth 45 minutes of your day, right? There's not any thrill rides, but it's a cool experience.
I'll tell you what, it is a Dark Ride Dad tip. If you have toddlers, if you have kids that are getting a little rambunctious and need to do something different, take them out to the island. You can let them run around.
They don't have a park like so over in California Adventure. They've got that one Red park area. this is a nice place to take
is.
your kids where it's relaxing, it's cooler because you have the shade of the trees. Like it is a good spot for the kids.
And there's really only, I was going to say, you could just let them do whatever, but there's a couple of those rickety bridges,
Yeah.
right, that they might twist a foot on or something. So it's not like you can just take a nap and let your kids run wild, but you can take them over there and let them get rid of some energy, and it's shaded and it's a good spot. So that being said,
Yeah.
what would you replace it with if you had to?
Oh boy.
We've talked it up. We've given it a good.
Good intro
who's
here.
going first?
It's now time to talk about what am I replacing this with, and I'll tell you what, it is in a weird spot in that park to try and replace it with. You either have to be in theme or you have to just go completely different. So with that being said, Jay,
Oh, me first?
what are you replacing it with?
He got to go first last time.
Oh, sorry, Zach.
Because I am curious.
Because I had a couple ideas, but now I'm
curious by
forced to
nature.
decide on which one I like more.
Maybe I'll give you two. We'll see how the first one goes.
That's fair.
All right.
All right. So my first one that I thought of that would be really cool is I love when they do when it's Halloween time and they get like the villains and stuff out.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have the whole center of that just be like dark, thorny, all the villains, like all Disney villains.
So that's kind of like what they're doing at Disney World, right? Like they are plowing
not a
over
bad
Tom
idea.
Sawyer's Island to put in the Cars thing, but also to create the pathway
Yeah.
to villains, whatever they're
It would be
calling
cool.
Villains.
so they'd already have a blueprint for it,
Right, 100%.
Like they'd already,
And Disney villains some Disney villains are better than Disney heroes and princesses. So it's like, it would be really cool for them to have like a place.
Ooh, you could call it Outcast Island, right? Because it's like they've been outcast.
Well, okay. Are you gonna
I like
keep?
it.
Are you gonna keep the river then? You keeping the rivers of America, and you have to cross over to get.
You
to the
make
villains?
it bright green and you call it the river Styx, you know? Like
Yeah,
Like
I don't think you can get rid of the rivers of America.
That's where you're drawing the line.
I don't think you can do that. You can change
still
the
have
island, but
but you have it glowing green.
what are you going to do with Mark Twain and all that? You're just going to not have that in the park? Stop it! You're not going to. No, you can't.
I don't know how you don't.
You can't get rid of the water.
Hold on though. Like think about Walt Disney World. They are plowing under the river. There is no more big
That's
wheelboat,
because Walt Disney World is trash. We all know this.
and they don't deserve it. They don't. That's a take. Okay, so you're going Villains Grove. Villains.
yeah.
I love that.
That's my
I think
Idea
that
one of
actually,
two.
I think that actually fit really, really well.
It's right across from the Haunted Mansion.
right by the Haunted Mansion, yeah.
Right, and
The
like
little ghouls could just like go right over.
I think that would fit well. So that's a good one.
So I'm just going to go next. I think I went the other side of the
Apparently,
park
he wanted to be host tonight.
because like that's my favorite part of the park is New Orleans Square, right? And so I'm
is.
like, what would go? But I'm thinking the other side of the park. I remember as a kid, and I don't know if you got, like as you're walking down that path from Big Thunder, and you cross that little bridge, and you can look over at Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's still there or not, but there was a little like cave with like some tracks coming out. And there used to be that little mine cart sitting on there, right?
Yeah.
So immediately I'm like, Snow White's mine cart.
Oh, dude.
Like it's on the other side of Big Thunder, so that would
Dude.
like. And what if there was like a little bridge or something that went over there, so you don't have to take the boats?
And that is one of the best rides at
That is-
Disney World. That Snow White's
That's a reason for going to Disney World,
Yeah.
right? Like it's super short, but I think if
awesome.
you put a thrill attraction over there to just draw some, now it gets crowded over there, you're gonna
does.
have a problem. So that's why I'm thinking a couple of bridges, maybe, right? That. I don't know. Maybe it's a bridge that could go up so the Mark Twain could. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but I think that would fit in nicely with that side of the park at least. You'd get another thrill ride in there, and I think the theming fits perfect with Frontierland and with Big Thunder.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's
I
what I
love
do.
it. Wow. I
Solid.
think those are great suggestions, and I like both of those. Okay, I guess it's time for my answer.
Let's go.
Yes, it is.
This is going to be a classic coop out. I'm not changing it. I'm leaving it.
No, you gotta
I'm
change
leaving
it.
it.
You
I'm
gotta
not changing it. No.
All right, I have another
You gotta
idea for
change
the
one
one
thing.
Cooper's
No,
not.
I'm not changing one
offering.
thing about it.
What a lame.
I think
This is where everybody
I
just.
think it
This
is
is where everybody turned off the
perfect.
video.
After Zach
Everybody's
says,
like-
I don't think it's time for it to go, and then offers an idea, Cooper's like, I'm not even offering
I'm
it.
not. No, I'm not. And I just think it's so essential to the park itself and the way it was built, who it was built by. It's just a piece of Disneyland I don't think you can get rid of. I really don't think you could do it. So, Brent, to me, I am
It's a
not.
pretty cheap move.
I am not getting
All right,
rid of
I have
Tom
another
Sawyer.
If you
idea.
want to trash
I have
Cooper,
another
please leave
idea
a comment below and say why.
As the host,
What a
I get
participant.
this-
Golly.
We're all three going to give an
know what I
idea,
think
except
would
for
be
me, I'm
great?
not.
What a fun episode. I'm not going to participate. I think this was your idea too.
was.
It was his idea.
I've
He's like, I
set
can't
this
think
up.
of one, so I'm out. All right,
I was
here's
thinking
my second idea.
Parking lot is another one that crossed my mind. A nice
Put a park
stroller
okay,
parking lot.
Yeah, that's
great.
dumb.
All right, so my second idea, since the people came for 3, what if you did like Neverland?
Dude,
You just had it be Neverland,
legitimately, I thought about
but
that.
have the kids like as they come in, you just give them water balloons, right? And you just like let them unleash on park guests.
Can you imagine the mess?
Dude,
Dude,
it would be
a mess.
so fun.
No, and you know they'd
Disney
be all
would find
over
a
it.
way to
I was
make
gonna say,
like
they'd be all over it.
dissolvable balloons. Like
Or they just
figure it
have
out.
like little Neverland like sweepers just like everywhere. Like they'd be all over it.
Dude, that'd be fun.
I actually think you could turn it in to Neverland pretty easily.
Yeah,
And I think it'd be pretty rad.
It'd
and
be
you could
so
put,
fun.
You could put a proper attraction out there.
yeah.
What if
But I
you
would still
did-
prefer Tom Sawyer's Island.
What if you did Skull Rock?
Oh, dude. It
You
used to be
walk,
there. It
you
used to be
walk
there.
out of Pirates.
Dude, it used to be
But
there.
I'm
That would be
talking like
so
a
cool.
like a
For
proper
real.
Right out of
like,
Pirates.
That would be sweet.
It would be cool.
And it would
Look what happens when you have an
idea.
idea to bring to the
Look
table.
what happens when you try. When you actually try.
Let that be a lesson to our viewers.
Hey.
Give a crap.
If you've made it this far, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
All right. If you've got thoughts, if you've got comments of your own, ideas, I don't know. The other thing is, does this scare you? Does the idea of getting rid of Tom Sawyer's Island just a non-starter? We'd love to hear you comment your thoughts below. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And
We'll see you next time.
Take care.
we're the Dark Red Dads.